is up, everybody? Welcome to Truth and Transparency Sunday night. Welcome. So much is happening. I don't even know where to begin. First of all, what is wrong in the rap industry? First P. Diddy, now Jay-Z. 13. Come on in, guys. Sunday night, live. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about the Bryans. We have a new hearing this coming week. There's a motion we're going to have a hearing for in the Idaho4 case this coming week. Out of the blue. But first, the Manhunt.
The moment they had a pretty good facial photo, it was almost ball game over.
Experts say new evidence could be key to finding the suspect in United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's murder. Surveillance video shows the face of a man police say is wanted for questioning. They say this is from a hostel where he pulled down his mask and smiled at a female employee.
I think we're lucky that we have a lot of surveillance. Obviously, we want more. And if anybody has any more information or surveillance, we want them to come forward.
Experts say law enforcement can use evidence to piece together a timeline that eventually could lead to an arrest. For instance, police now believe the suspect took a Greyhound bus to New York that originated in Atlanta.
NYPD and the FBI have a great ability to pull together video surveillance and piece it together moment by moment by moment and follow somebody through any camera available.
And it's not just video evidence. Authorities say they think the suspect dropped a burner phone and a water bottle an official says has a smudged fingerprint. Investigators say they found the words depose and delay written on a shell casing and live round at the scene. A popular insurance industry phrase is delay, deny, defend.
The moment an identity is fully established, things move very quickly towards arrest.
Interesting, because they said that they have identified this person, but they just haven't told us. What is up, guys? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that he is in the United States of America? So is he in the United States? Yes or no? In the U.S. Ugh. Do you guys know that the Jay-Z new lawsuit is 200 with exhibits is 235 pages? $234 pages. There you go. Lawsuit. James says, Lana, thanks for going live. You are welcome. Come on in. Welcome, Sunday night. Do you think he's still in the United States? Got a lot of no's. Nope. We got a yes there. What is up? Some no's, some yeses. Let's take a look at... I'm going to stop this for 1 second. Come on over to here. Let's see. Just moseying around on this lovely Sunday. Again, Bryan Kohberger has a hearing this week. A motion.
You keep saying there's too much noise. These shows are not talking enough about what really matters. All gotcha, all the time, all ephemeral, all salacious. You're right. Too much heat, not enough light. You want to go deep? Let's get after it. I want to talk to you about something I never have before, and I haven't heard it discussed. There's a growing threat, and people don't address it. They frankly dismiss it. Now, tonight, we have the latest on the manhunt for the CEO assassin. the Penny trial, and where the Trump cabinet picks suggest he will take us. Each and all of these stories, like October 7th, like Trump's assassination, they are all metaphors for the same proposition. Who are we becoming? My answer is admittedly being offered early, but it is accurate. The CEO assassination is horrible for Brian Thompson, for his loved ones. But it also raises questions. First, about how people see the tactics of the insurance machine. And I hope the industry hears them, because the system is regarded by many as rigged against the patient. I've reported on this. Actually, the president of News Nation, Mike Korn, started off with me at ABC reporting in part on insurance tactics. Personally, right now, my family is fighting for coverage for a surgery for my kid. So I get it. But the bloodlust, the celebration of a man's murder speaks to something way more threatening to you and me than anything an insurance company could ever do.
It's actually impossible to know the amount of murders that Brian Thompson is responsible for. That man is responsible for more deaths than every known serial killer in the United States combined. The guy was a serial killer.
What?
He had blood on his hands. He had millions of people's blood on his hands.
He had over $100 million in assets. He knew what he was doing. This is just his bed. And he's lying in it, the ground, actually.
Remember, this man was on the way to give a speech to investors about all the money he made from denying healthcare coverage to people. He was a ghoul. People are sick and tired of their suffering being monetized.
These are only the ones we can show you because TikTok will strike stuff where people are openly talking about being happy someone's dead. There's plenty of it. Now, many will shake their head and say, the furious few, keyboard bullies, more proof social media is toxic. Okay, but I see it as much bigger, badder, especially because the rabid response to the CEO killing is not an isolated event. It is the third flashpoint evincing a pattern. October 7th, Trump's assassination attempt, and now the United Healthcare CEO assassination. All three were not just suggestive of rampant rudeness, departure from the accepted principle here that we remain humane no matter.
Don't worry, guys. I just sped him up. Okay, he's not rolling. He's good. Welcome to the transparency. I'm just trying to bustle through this. Good evening. Happy Sunday night.
What matter of inhumanity is confronted? Otherwise, what separates the virtue from the vice, the good from the evil? The reactions we have seen are signs that many have lost the plot of how things change in a constitutional republic. We have entered the era in America of an acceptance of violence as a legitimate way to change systems or policies. What is being defined as the oppressor? We have a word for that in the law. When violence is embraced as an accepted means for political or regime change, that is called terrorism. These people celebrating the CEO's death are embracing terrorism, like those saying Israelis got what they deserve on October 7th. Not in terror camps, on our campuses, they're saying it. Here, those seeing Hamas terrorists as freedom fighters, baffled at first, right? We were. How could people be so confused? But maybe they're not confused at all. Maybe they see Hamas as the good guys because they themselves embrace the fundamentalism and terrorism. I even noticed pro-Palestine accounts celebrating the CEO's assassination. Same with when Trump was shot. How could people pretend it was fake? Or lament questions, 1 million insurance employees should be killed. They're all part of it, right? Like the Jews, like the maggots, the derisive way of describing Trump voters, like the trans and other freaks. It's all the same expression of extremism, of fundamentalist beliefs we usually associate with who? Islamist animals. Now, why am I conflating the aggressions of the trans and the CEO? Why am I conflating it all? Because we don't have Democrats or Republicans like we did. The fringe minorities of each haven't just been magnified by social media. They're not just magnified minorities. They become force multiplied in calling for extreme notions of change. And worse, how change should be made. Ask Iranian refugees how they went from a free society to a rancid regime in charge now. Many fundamentalist strongholds were once cosmopolitan, secular. Why do the Russians like what's coming out of the fringe right pod space? Why were they offering those guys money? Why is that space in some independent media so insistent on telling you anything but them cannot be believed? And then what they want you to believe are conspiracies that do everything to compel you to reject everything about this country. To be replaced by what? I see it. We need to stop it. That's why I'm on the political party so much, to stop feeding their fringes for short-term advantage. Why I try to make conversation with opposing viewpoints. To show there's so much more that we share than what some are trying to make worthy of us tearing ourselves apart. To cheer for the assassination of a businessman. To wish your president had been shot in the head. To feel good about Jews being slaughtered on October 7th. There is something going on here that has happened in other places, and it leads one way, away from freedom and toward fundamentalist, violent extremism. So that's my context of looking at the latest on who murdered the CEO, our first story. But for me, it's all about why. Now, the reporting that's newest, police believe the killer's possible motive was that he was a disgruntled employee or a client of the health insurance company. Plays exactly into my theory. However, questions are still driving speculation. Was he working alone? Was he doing this job for someone else? Police have just found the suspected killer's backpack by the carousel in Central Park.
No, they didn't. Okay. Right. Disgruntled patient knows who Brian Thompson is, knows where Brian Thompson was staying, and knew when Brian Thompson would be walking out of his hotel room and what side of the sidewalk, north, south, east, west, would he be coming from? Right, because random motherfucking people know that shit. God. Sometimes you just have to play people just to remind yourself, like, I don't even know what he was ranting about. I would fail the test. I would fail the test. Oh, man. Ugh. Jeez. Okay. Awesome. Well, like I said, I'd failed the test. Have no idea what he's talking about. Bryan Kohberger has a hearing this week. What do you guys think is on the docket for Bryan Kohberger? What's this hearing all about? Well, usually somebody asks for a hearing, and what do we think is on the docket? What do we think? Suppression hearing isn't until January 23rd to be exact. So December, I believe, 12th. What do we think? Do you think that Judge has said, you know what, we're going to have this Franks? I mean, holy shit. Just so we're clear, not every day you just get a Franks hearing to happen. Like those sometimes never even happen. They just get denied. For example, the Delphi case, they asked for, I think, 4 Franks. Denied. Didn't even get a hearing. Didn't even get a hearing. So, the cops lied. It's going to come out. The cops lied. The Ducky Gate continues tomorrow in Massachusetts, in case you guys are wondering. Now, I have printed off some copies of some stuff I want to talk about, which is Puff Puff Pass on Driving High, in case you guys are wondering. Let's see here. Well, in 2023, December 29th, it was published. December 29th, 2023, United Health Group announced it will sell its Brazilian operations to a private investor. Details of the deal were not disclosed, but an earlier report indicated that Brazilian entrepreneur Jose Seraperia, Phil that hoe. That's what P. Diddy's saying. That's what Jay-Z's saying. Phil that hoe. Phil ho. That is Filho. Philho. Sorry. He was the buyer, but United Health expects the transaction to close in the first half of next year, and it will take a charge of approximately $7 billion when that happens. So, Philho. United Health Group shares were up slightly. Again, remember, this is a report that came out just before January 1 of 2024. So United Health Group shares were up slightly after the big health insurance provider said it has agreed to sell its operations in Brazil to a private investor. Okay. Terms of the agreement and the name of the buyer were not disclosed, although an early report by Reuters said the purchaser was that Brazilian entrepreneur, Phil Ho. Phil that Ho. Okay. The company said it expects the transaction to close in the first half of next year. United Health indicated in a securities filing that upon completion of the deal, it would be taking an approximately $7 billion charge. So now, again, this is from 2023, right before 2024. So, and then print off another article. This is from October 4th, 2024. So this would have been approximately 2 months before the murder of Brian Thompson. Yeah, go ahead and hit that thumbs up on the way in. Say what's up to your girl. What up, mofos? Qualicorp is a leading Brazilian health insurance broker. It has taken a significant step to address its controversial past. Again, this is from October 4th, 2024, 2 months before the murder. Shareholders recently approved a decision absolving founder Jose Filho of responsibility in a political scandal. This move marks a turning point in a decade-long saga. So this guy, he founded Qualicorp in 1997. He built the company into a powerhouse by offering collective health plans through professional associations. This company went public in 2011, listing on the B3 stock exchange. In July 2020, federal police arrested him as part of Operation Paralelo 23, it was called. And this investigation focused on alleged illegal campaign contributors to Phil Ho 2014 Senate campaign. So prosecutors accused this man of donating $5 million off the books. 3 months later, Operation Triuno implicated Qualicorp in another investigation. However, this probe examined alleged bribery payments to tax officials and money laundering schemes totaling nearly $980 million. To address these issues, Qualicorp negotiated a leniency agreement with federal authorities. Shareholders approved this agreement on October 3rd, 2024. This guy, the company must pay $43.5 million, and it has 12 monthly installments. So it's adjusted for inflation, and this dude agreed to pay and bear half of the financial burden from the leniency agreement. This commitment stems from a quote-unquote corporation instrument signed with Qualicorp in 2021. Shareholders approved, maintaining that they maintain this arrangement. So in addition, the most notable outcome was Filho, he was exonerated. So shareholders effectively absolved him of responsibility for the investigated actions. So anybody that's talking about like over, who is this person? Well, so this decision protects Phil Ho from potential legal action by the company related to these events. The market responded positively, and their shares were rising 1.85% following the announcement. This case highlights the complex relationship between business and politics in Brazil. It demonstrates how companies can navigate past misconduct while balancing stakeholder interests. The resolution may set a precedent for handling similar situations in the future. So that's what was going on in there in Brazil, in case you guys are wondering. They got some issues. But hey. There is not an arrest. There is not an arrest. Where is this dude? How about they had a competition of who could dress up and look more like this person? What's up, Hoppy Master? What's good? What's good? Anyways, so there's nothing new. There's nothing new to report on. As far as what they're doing in this investigation. They say that they have this man's name. They're not revealing it. And, they're testing items at the lab. I mean, this stuff takes time, guys. This stuff takes lots of time. But I'm curious how much time it's going to take, though. Because it should take a long time, right? Because if the DNA is there's no hit, there's no hit. So great, you have a guy or possibly 5 or 6 guys that you're chasing around New York City and they leave on a bus because you use multiple people to create diversions of who really is the killer and where this person's coming from, right? If you dressed up multiple people in the same outfits, which is something that who wouldn't do that? That's exactly what you would do, right? So here we are. And does it kind of scare us that that somebody could do this and pull this off in New York City with all these cameras? And what do you guys think? I feel like this is an episode from Scandal, right? Oh, hell yeah. The Monopoly money was fire. I thought it was fire too. Not gonna lie. Like, that's people are gonna say, man, that's crazy. No, I thought that was a nice little touch there. So whatever. Let's see. I think he's long gone. I don't think that they'll find him. I don't think they're ever gonna find him. But my question is, if you're truly investigating this case and you're like the police, right? You would be pulling in all these people in his circle, right, to interview. And so here you're the police and you have an opportunity. Now, you think that all these billionaires, okay, these millionaires, you think that they're sitting down with the police without their attorneys present and just talking to the police and just turning over their phones? Do you think they're just turning over their phones to these people, aka the police? When I say these people, you think these millionaires are turning over their phones? No, bitch, you need probably. I'm not just going to give you my phone. Think about this. Can we just download your phone? What? No. How sticky, icky is this? The more I thought about it, it's like all those investors that were at that meeting, right? Everybody that was in town, and then anybody that Brian would have been talking to and texting or calling, and anybody that would have known where he was staying. I mean, this is a police investigation. This is a murder. Like, you're not going to cooperate? No, I have nothing to say. Because remember, every single one of them could say, talk to my attorney, right? Talk to my attorney. Do you think that they're cooperating? You don't think that United was like, no one is talking to the police without, like, would you need the companies? I mean, does the company have an attorney? I mean, what the fuck? You want me to talk to you guys about, you want me to tell the police what's going on and why do I think somebody would have killed this man? Think about this. Could you use this as a way, as like a not like a deposition, but it's an interview that you could like get information. Yep, since Richard Allen, I have nothing to say. You know, I'm just curious how many people are truly cooperating in terms of like, yeah, here you can just have my phone and download it. Too much insider trading on them phones. Again, good evening. Welcome to Truth and Transparency. Just love to see what you guys think about that. Like, what type of cooperation would you have? Do you think any of these type of people are talking? I don't think any of these people would be talking. In fact, wouldn't these people think that, shit, there's a target on my back? You know? Or I didn't do insider trading, so maybe they're not, you know. You think Hemsley's leaving his house? What do you think he's just walking around? No one from UHC saying anything, or at least they're not telling us. But it has to come with the police. The police are, hey, we want you to come in, or we want to talk to you, or can we talk to you? Or were you talking to them over the phone? You know, you're supposed to bring them into the station now. All right, we can go to your house. Sure, we can do this at your house. Are you going to be interviewing all these people together like Idaho does? I work at UHC. They aren't telling us peasants either. But police have a job to do, right? And so can you imagine if the police are trying to go around and talk to the people that knew Brian Thompson, right? And everybody lawyers up. Every single person's lawyered up. And they're just like, listen, you got to go talk to my attorney. I mean, wouldn't you if you were in that situation? I know I would. I ain't fucking talking. I don't need to be no big wig, and I'm still not talking to the police. Yep, no, get your, you know, Carson's. You've been a member for 18 months? Hell no, girl. Oh, shit. Little bell for your ass. Little Tinker Bell. Secret agent, man. 20 months. Coffee. Little tea, little coffee. You guys, so I just thought about that, and I was just like, what if everybody lawyered up? And the police are over here like, fuck, who are we supposed to talk to? No one's talking to us. Well, we're going to have to go off of Brian's phone then, right? Well, fuck, we better be able to get into Brian's phone and read these messages, right? Do you think, just think about that. I wouldn't have law enforcement over a parking ticket. Love it, Scott. Cha-ching. I type my thoughts too fast, says Sherry D. I need to learn to combine my comments. Well, glad you talked to yourself over here, Sherry D. We like that. Yay. Welcome. So, yeah, I mean, think about that, though. Everybody lawyers up around him. Then you're going back off of Brian's phone, Brian Thompson's phone. And can you drum up some probable cause from the messages that would have been in, you know, his phone or emails? Now, wouldn't there be, if it was work stuff, is this like classified shit? Like, how can they just get his work email? They wouldn't be able to just do that, right? They'd have to like go through United. You ever think about this type of shit? Like, because we need to. Bells. Carson Hawkins, $9.99. Super glowing hose. Oh, shit. Now, think about this. To talk about a tower dump, we're going to tower dump, right? The area. And we're going to do, I don't know, let's say we're going to do, let's just say 3, let's say 4, 5, let's say 5 to 7, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. We're going to tower dump the area. What do you guys think? They have to get a warrant legally. Yeah. Need probable cause. I'm just curious, like, what type of probable cause will be drumming up. So they're going to get their tower dump. They're going to get to see who's in the area, right? Who's calling who. They don't got anything. And none of these guys, I mean, would that make you like to the cops? Like, why aren't these assholes talking? You know, he didn't tell you who he was afraid of or who was like coming at him from the left that actually has his number, that actually knows him, no friends, like, or somebody that was a friend and they're in this industry and they lost a hell of money. And they're like, B, why didn't you tell me that this shit was going down? I would have, you got to unload your stocks and now I didn't get to. And, you know, relationships were ruined over that. I don't care about tower dumps anymore. This guy would have a hell of a defense team. Oh my God, can you think about that? People going pro bono to defend this killer. Love the circus picture. Very fitting clown show. Love it. You know it. They're just putting out fake information for, you know, whatever. Who was that woman that made sure she didn't spill her coffee? And she was just watching Brian get shut up on the block. So, welcome, Kelly. What's good in the hood? Let's see. Michelle, thank you so much. She sent me a Cash App. You guys know that you guys can pay valet and Cash App now? It's just like the coolest thing. You just ask your valet if they, hey, you take Cash App? Was I hallucinating? Did Brian look oh so slightly towards the Hilton doors right before? You guys, I would have tempted those doors because I'm telling you, or I would have asked that woman if she had her key to let me in that motherfucking door because it was -2 degrees. It was -2 ski. Who wants to do that? Oh man, sorry about the bills today. Bullshit. 42, 44. Ugh, breaking my heart. The new 12 teams in the NCAA, you know, football playoff championship. The first year that we're doing 12 teams, the Buckeyes are in it. So, I mean, I'm going to try that door to get in that door. I'm going to ask homegirl who's just doing whatever she's doing if she can let me in, if she's got her key, you know. The police are just waiting on that IGG. They don't investigate anymore. Spicy chicken nuggets, what's good? I mean, it is a Sunday, you know. Laying low today. They probably put in a lot of man hours. People need to sleep. Well, we over here at Truth and Transparency, we don't sleep. We just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. That Bella went out and got me 235 pages of Jay-Z new lawsuit. Like 235 pages. Like what the fuck? Do you know that there's an episode of Chris Hansen's A Cock Block and is an exhibit? So I got to print off 235 pages that I'll be nighttime bedtime, you know, reading. So Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly raped a 13-year-old. So in case you guys wanted to know about that. It's crazy how people are okay with this dude's death. What do you mean they're okay with it? You mean like celebrating it? I'm kind of wondering if another, murder is going to happen. I mean, the guy got away with this one. Why not, Who's next on the list? This guy got a list? Does he have a hit list? And do you guys really think that they told us everything that was in that book bag? Come on. Like, they're not going to tell us everything in that book bag. But they told us what they wanted to tell us, right? They told us about this Monopoly money. They told us about this jacket, this Tommy Hill. Who wears Tommy Hilfiger jackets anymore? Okay. When's the last time you went on a date with somebody and they rolled up in a Tommy Hilfiger jacket? Okay. I can't tell you the last time that I've went on a date and somebody rolled up in a Tommy Hilfiger jacket. I can't even tell you the last time I went out on a date with somebody and I saw somebody wearing a Tommy Hilfiger jacket. So I'm just, throwing that out there. I want to play Monopoly. He's put the itch in me to like have like a stellar game of like, 4 friends and like, dude, let's play some Monopoly because I will crush all y'all hoes in Monopoly. Are you guys like railroad buyers? Are you guys like, oh my God, I gotta go get the railroads. So my son just had me buy him a Tommy Hilfiger jacket. I'm so sorry. Oh, no notifications over there, Miss Potts. YouTube doesn't even notify people anymore. Let me pass out a notification. Let's see. SEC government. Ooh. United Health Group. What the ownership reports? Oh, man. Officer, Pres, CEO. Damn. Well, we have the list of everybody that works at United, and that's in a role that's worth a damn. That's interesting. I don't think I should be putting that out there. I mean, if it's public, right? Oops, don't mind me. Oh, holy shit. This is every transaction he made? Oh boy, this might be worth putting out there. What do you guys think about putting out every transaction that Brian Thompson made? This is all the directors and the EVPs, the chief financial officers, there's CFOs, there's COOs. What do you guys think about that? We put out that information. So like on 9/24/2024, let's see, Brian did something with I think he sold something. Damn. So we're going to look for the word sale in here. Let's see, on 2/16/2024 sale. Common stock. On 2/16/2024 exempt. Holy shit. Non-qualified stock options, right to buy. 2/16. He was hella busy. 2/14/213. Oh my God. On February 16th, Brian Thompson had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 transactions. Then on the 14th, he had one. Then on the 13th, he had one. Then in December of 2023, September 19th, August 11th, June, couple days, February. Oh, fuck. He was busy in February of 2023 as well. I think I just told you guys that, right? Oh, no. So February of 2024, he was busy. And then here, February of 2023, he did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 transactions on February 24th through February 13th. Awesome. And then everything was in February. There must have been something going on in February's. I want to take a look at this. He was always getting down in February. Oh, shit. Let's see what else. SEC Form 4. I'm going to look some of this stuff up, and if I can put this out there, I will. So it's a bunch of, I'll show you guys on Hector. This is all his shit. Brian Thompson's SEC Form 4. Common stock, 6/25/2024. Amount of securities beneficially owned following reported transactions. 32 million. Is that 32,000? This has got to be legal. I can put this out. That's just one. Here, let me put this out there. SEC form. Okay, so United States Securities and Exchange Commission. So statement of changes in beneficial ownership. So Brian Thompson, United Health Group. Date of earliest transaction. So 6/25/2024. He's the CEO, United Healthcare. And common stock, 6/25/2024, 44.248. Does that say 9A? This is the represents dividends equivalents paid on outstanding restricted stock units. The dividend equivalents are subject to the same terms as the underlying restricted stock units and are forfeited if such units do not vest. Okay. There you go. Securities acquired or disposed of. He's saying the price was zero. I mean, I want to look into this. Hold on, let me blow this up. I gotta make this clearer too. So amount of securities beneficially owned following reported transactions. We're going to look into it all. We'll look into it all. And then this is these are all of his Brian Thompson items 1 through 72. These are all the different transactions that he's had. So I got to look over all of this. So we'll keep it right here around the 45-minute mark, just a little bit. I want to look into a couple of these names. We'll see what's up. There is an article on KARE 11 local news. Lawsuits emerge against UHC gives a lot of the info. Yeah, it's actually old news, but they can act like it's new news. But I mean, it's new news because they're just now putting it out, but they didn't want to cover it before. Lana's brain needs to sleep. Sure do. Actually, I'm going to read some of this. You need to take that up with your thumb. Truth and transparency. Kate put some factual comments in the chat. Money numbers, cyber attacks up. Yeah, there was a cyber attack. I believe it was in October. I think it was October of 2023. That's after they acquired Change, which was the data technology, AI company, basically, that they acquired at a big whopping $13 billion. 13 bill, man. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll look over this stuff and everything that I think I can put out. I will put it out in the community section. That way you guys can deep dive your balls off. How about that? You guys rock. I appreciate you. Bryan Kohberger back in court this week, y'all. Shit's going to be lit as a tit up in Idaho. So we got Brian's to the right, Brian's to the left, Finn's to the right, Finn's to the left. There's 474 people in here, and y'all need to hit the thumbs up. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Get some rest. I love all of you guys. And they usually try to bring it on Mondays. Let's see if there's some filings. Old Biscuit says, don't worry, government is on this. They're looking out for our best interest. Love it. Lit as a tit. You know it. Over and out. Thank you guys. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Spread that Christmas cheer, baby. Spread that Christmas cheer. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for the super chat. The super sticker. the Cash App chat, all that good stuff. Oh, Kaleidoscope, you guys have been a member for 18 months. I didn't even see this. I love that you really dig in. You do your homework. Oh, thanks. Oh, you do great work. Well, same thing, homework, right? I appreciate that. Oh, and then Miss Lilac, 20 months. So we got some babies, like frick. Man, I got twins. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. In the morning. Let's go for it. Does he have children? He has 2 children. All right, guys, good night.